welcome to another Two Family Homestead live stream. Woo!
Okay, Tuesday night. See, we got a few people in here. Somebody must have said something funny.
I read Allie's last post.
No, she retracted it.
I asked her where JD was. He's in the basement trying to get Biden to concede or retract his.
Okay.
Oh, that was. Oh God, that was too good.
So anyway, let's see. Geeky Gardens is here. Cecilia Jensen. Ultimate Gardening. Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading. Rustic Traditions Homestead. And
There.
Allie is here. He's in the
She
basement
just posted again.
talking to Joe Biden, trying to get. What, does he have an underground corridor to Joe's basement? Is that how that works? Oh my.
Oh, she spelled concede wrong. Good Lord. I'm surprised Google hasn't deleted it.
Well, no, it's Joe Biden, so they're not going to delete it. They'll probably promote it.
Oh, Lordy
They
Lord.
may double or triple it up here.
Okay.
So, how is everybody doing tonight? We had a really nice Monday Night Live last night. A lot of good information was shared in the stream last night. So if you all missed it, I'm sorry, but you can go back and watch it because it is up there again. So, anything new?
You looking at me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
They don't even know I'm here. So.
Well, they do. They can hear you mumbling in the background. Because the mic's over here and they can hear you. So mumble because it's distance. I'm keeping it up.
There's Pepper Mathis.
Pepper Mathis, how are you doing? And Pepper Mathis is, can you please send us your mailing address? Pepper Mathis. Please send us your mailing address to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Because one of the things we do for all of our channel members is we ship them out nice little surprises every month. So Pepper Mathis, our latest new member, thank you so much for being a member here of Smudge's Pack, and please email us your mailing address. Thank you so much. What else? Anything? Got the public service announcement out of the way. So I wanted to talk about something tonight that is not very well known, and that is if you are using Windows, which a majority of the people are, and if you are using Windows 10, which again the majority of the people are, you have at your fingertips a photo editor that you probably haven't put much thought into or anything else. But it's really, it does some amazing things. And so I want to touch on that tonight a little bit because it actually outperforms some photo editing programs that are, a couple $100 a year. So, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So let's kind of jump right into that. And to get started here, I'll tell you what, let me pull myself over to the side and I'll get the Google browser up here. All right. So I've said this before, but it never hurts to remind folks. Unsplash is just one of a number of websites you can go to and get freely usable images. So another great one is Pixabay. Another one is Pexels. And with Pixabay and Pexels, there's also free videos you can get. But these are all high quality pictures, just from people all over the world. Everything you can think of. Thousands of pictures. And it's free. It's all free. It doesn't cost you anything to download. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. And you can use it in your YouTube endeavors without fear of anything. You can change it, modify it, do whatever you want to it. You just can't turn around and sell it as your own because it's not your own. You've obviously used it from somebody else. So, in thinking about tonight's show, I went out and I saw on the Unsplash website, what I was looking for was a picture of an individual that had kind of a busy background. And when I say busy, I mean something that it was just kind of all over the place. And what I spotted was this picture right here, which has the girl standing here and all of this high grass, I guess you would call it, background behind her. So I guess what I'm saying is if you wanted to take this image and to remove her from the image, it could be pretty tough. If you wanted to not only remove her from the image, but fill in the background, wow, that could be pretty tough too. So you basically, to do that, you just click on the image, you come up with a page like this, and it's free downloads, download free. It's available in different sizes, and they will give you a place where you can say thanks or tweet out something or whatever you'd like to do to the person that actually took the picture. I already have it downloaded. I just wanted to show you the steps here that you go through. So we saved it into this folder. Let's close this up. And right here is the picture. So I know that I said I was going to talk about Windows editors, and we're going to do that. But first off, I'm going to open this in paint.net. If you've been here before and we've talked about photo editing, you've all heard me talk about paint.net. I think it is the most...
That's me in my younger days.
That's you in your younger days.
I'm putting my feet up on the bottom of my chair now. Oh, the program, Daryl, what's this program you're talking about?
What is the program?
Yes.
The one that I have up on the screen
Yes.
is paint.net. This is free. Does not cost you anything unless you go buy it from the Microsoft Store. You don't have to do that. You can go to download paint.net and get it for free. But you can also go to the Microsoft Store and get it for like $10. But I frequently talk about this program. It is a Windows-only program. If you have a Macintosh, I'm sorry. I really feel sorry for you. But this program will not run on your Mac. If you have a Linux box, I truly feel sorry for you. And this program will not work on it. But if you are running a Linux operating system or FreeBSD or an Apple or any of these other oddball operating systems, by all means, go download the program GIMP, G-I-M-P. That will do the same things. I just don't find it to be as intuitive, but it is every bit as powerful. So anyway, we are in a free editor here. It's a pretty generic editor, but we're going to talk about some other things this program can do here in a little bit later. So right now, I just wanted to show you, I have this picture imported into this program. But I'm gonna minimize this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this picture in a Microsoft program called Paint 3D. So if you have Windows 10, Paint 3D is free. It comes with the system. And it's not very intuitive at all. Not at all. But it's a pretty darn good program. So we've imported this picture into here, and we have the ability that we can, enlarge it and do whatever we need to do with it. And they have a feature over here called Magic Select. And we're going to just click on that. And if you notice what it has done here is it has selected the entire picture and drawn a box around it. So what you need to do at this point is you need to just make this box go down to the image you want to select out of this picture. That's all. We've gone down and we have just shrunk the box down to the girl standing in the weeds. Let me get this up here so you can perhaps see it a little bit better. And I think you can probably all see how I have this. We have the selection box shrunk down to pretty much just the girl. And then we're going to click on the little next button over here to the right. Now I'm purposely going a little bit slow here because if you want to refer back to this video to see how to do it, it'll be much easier for you to do that. So we'll click on the next button. And if you notice, well, it didn't do too bad, but it didn't really select everything real well either. So, not to fear, there's things you can do. Kind of chop the hair off the top of her head here. So we have the add button clicked, and let's do this. We'll come over here and we'll just draw a little line around about where the top of her head is. Let go of it. Pops right up in there. Let's do a little more here. Oh, no, that's too much. That's all right. We'll go to the remove side. And we just kind of clean this up a little bit. And I see here that didn't follow her arm very well. So again, we're on the remove portion. And I'm just going to draw a little line. Oh, that looked like a scalpel that went crazy. So let's add some of her arm back here. Not too bad. And let's add some of the bottom down here. Okay. Now, if y'all are watching here real close, I'm hoping you can see this. There's another area here that it totally missed. So, and that's this over here. I'm going to call it the vacant area that's bordered by her arm and her hair and her neck here. So we need to come in here and just kind of draw around here. It doesn't have to be exact. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had it on remove. I don't like the way that looked. Let me undo that one. I'll do that one more time. having a little trouble with it right down in this bottom corner here. So let's let it work a little better. Don't care for that either. All right. I'm not using the best mouse to do this with, but you just want to kind of trace around. Don't have to be right on the line, just close. Okay, we're gonna leave that go a little straighter here. All right. So once you have your subject outlined in the matter you want, well, hey, it's got another little deal here that says autofill background. So we're gonna do it once checked, and we'll do it here another time without that. So we're gonna leave it checked for autofill the background, and we're gonna say done. And it just, what you can't see there is it just popped her right out of the picture. I can come over here now. Let me make it just a little bit smaller. That's a little bit too small. And I'm just going to pull her right out of the picture. And I want you to notice here that it pretty much filled in the background. There's not just a big hole there. It drew from around the object we removed and filled it in. So if you're wanting to edit a picture, imagine how much closer you are to a finished product just looking at it like this. So I now have two pictures. I have her, and I have the background. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to close this because I wanted to want to show you here again without that. Plus we'll go through it one more time here. We're going to open this with Paint 3D. And then we go to Magic Select. Bring that in. We'll go next. If you notice, it pretty much did the same thing. So we're going to add and that obviously added too much, so let me make this a little bigger so it's easier for you folks to see. It got way outside her hair area here, so we want to remove some of that. So we're just going to draw right around the top edge of her hair. And I'm not going to worry about getting all the little stuff here. All right, we have the underside of her arm here to straighten up a little bit. Okay, add some of her arm back. And we'll clean up just a little bit more down here. Okay, pretty close. So we'll slide this back down in size here. We'll click the magic button again, but this time we're going to not fill the background. So we'll uncheck that and we'll say done. Okay. Now when we pull her out, this is a hole you would find in using pretty much any other editing program to pull that image out. So if it was the background you were after, well, now you've got your work cut out for you. Now you can do it, and you can come in here and you can make that background appear pretty decent. But it's just so much easier. Let me try this. I think I can do this. Yeah, because that just put it all the way back. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do the magic select. We'll do this one last time here so we can show you what we're doing. Let's add a little more hair back in there. And we'll gotta cut this out. Let me make this a little bigger so I can see better. There we go.
Can you do that to my arms?
Can I do that to your arms?
Yeah.
Well, I can do it, but I don't know what it's going to do. All right. So now we'll say done. It's filled in the background. And the center portion is highlighted. So, I mean, that's center of attention. I can twist it around. We can do whatever we want with it. We can
Homestead Paradise just got here a little bit ago. They want to know what program is this?
This is called Paint 3D. This is a native Windows 10 Microsoft program, and it's free. It comes with the Windows 10 operating system. So we have this girl now that we've just cut out of this. Let me and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take her and put her in another program. So I'm going to use a Control-C which what I'm doing is I'm copying that to the clipboard. Let's go back into paint.net. This is the whole picture. And I'm going to go File, New. We'll just say OK. Control V paints it in. So I now have the picture in here that we extracted from that other program. And it's got a transparent background. I can take it and put it on top of any other picture that I would want to. Just for example, let's okay. This was the thumbnail that we used for last night. So I could take this picture and we're going to copy it. We're going to come in here and we're going to paste it into a new layer. Well, that picture's a little bigger than what's here, but I'm going to say keep it to canvas size because I'll just minimize it. And that's what I'm doing here now. And when you're resizing a picture like this, a whole screen, it will stay proportionate if you hold the Shift key while you grab a corner. If you didn't do it in that fashion, it would skew the picture. In other words, if I grabbed this corner and I didn't hold the Shift key, you can see I can make her so thin you could never find her, or we could put a couple extra pounds on her. But if you hold the Shift key, it keeps it in the same proportion that it was to begin with. So this is how easy it is to take an image out of one and change the background, put it into another background. Now I have this, I just use this as an example. I can come over here because I made separate layers. And the layers are just exactly the way they're indicated here. So if I want the background on top, I just move it up. And she's gone. She's not there anymore. So we'll put her back on top so you can see her. I can turn the background off. I can change this to something else. We could let's do this. We can make her twins. Keep the canvas size. Okay, now this is actually on a separate layer. This is one of the reasons I wanted to show this to you here. A Control D removes your selection, so it's now just on a layer by itself. But I can turn off either layer, turn off the under layer, turn back on, turn off the top layer. Let's take this top layer and let's make an adjustment. So an effect. Can we do here? See what I want to do here. Let's invert the colors, because that's a real drastic effect. So now we have the same girl in like a negative, like and if you remember what negatives are, kudos to you, because kids nowadays have no idea what a negative is. I've never heard such a thing. Everything's electronic, but that's back when there used to be film in the camera, and you would have to develop it in a dark room and all of that. So this is what you can do with these programs, and they're free. They don't cost you anything at all. This can be done in Paint, Microsoft Paint. Microsoft Paint is not near as strong of a program as what this is. There's so many more things you can do here. There we go. We'll make her a little green for Halloween. Thanks for making me feel old. Miss the smell of a dark room. Yeah, well, I mean, it's quickly becoming a very lost art. It just isn't. It's not used anymore. Matter of fact, I don't even know. Can you even still buy film? Do you know? I've not looked in such a long time. I used to have a couple real nice 35 millimeter cameras. They haven't been used in 25, 30 years, I guess. Maybe longer.
We're not old, just aged.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, trust me, Dana, we're old. You may be aged, but we're old.
And of course, if you wanted to, well, let's do this. What I'm going to do here is we have the background layer. We're going to get rid of that. We're just going to delete it. So it's gone. So I now have these two layers. I don't want to duplicate. I'm going to put a new layer in on top. So now there's a new layer over top of these pictures here. And let's go with we'll go with a red and a yellow. And let's go with a gradient. So I now have a screen that happens to be 1280 by 720, so it's the same size as what a thumbnail is. That I've just created a color blank on that graduates from a yellow to a red. So we're going to move that down underneath these other ones. Let me go back. I shouldn't have done it in that fashion. Should have just done this. So now I have these two girls. The one that's not feeling very well, or that's Hulk's girlfriend, maybe. Is it Hulk? Is that what it was? Amazing Hulk? Was that the green one?
Yeah, it was a green one.
That was a green one. But, if I don't like them sitting exactly the way they are, I can come back to, well, let's go to this one. We're going to put this layer on top so I can work with it. And change my mouse here to grab that layer. And I'm going to grab it. And look here. I can move her around. I can fine tune this. Now I'm going to do a Control D and reset the selection. And it's where it is here right now. I still just have this top layer on and the bottom layer on. This one, I can't do anything to this one. It's stuck. It's in the middle. I can't write on it. I can't write on the background here. I'm only writing on this top layer just to demonstrate that. Well, I know that's a little tough to see. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. So this is actually on this top layer that includes the girl on the left. If I turn it off, it's gone. So let me back out of that. We'll take, whoops, looky there. There we go. The other thing you can do is, let's flip the layer around. Okay, so there we have a mirror image of herself. And other things that can be done is we can twist her around. Zoom in on her, make her back away, make her very small, without affecting the Hulk's girlfriend here. We'll cancel that. We'll go back to where we were. This is part of the beauty of working with layers in photographs. So anytime that you have a photo you want to edit and you want to make sure you do not mess it up, this is the quickest thing you can do. Let's open something. What I want to grab here. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to this thumbnail again. So this was tonight's thumbnail. And in case you couldn't tell, this was the full picture that we downloaded. This was the background, which I still have. I haven't moved that out of here yet. That's still over here.
What, for the latecomers, explain what program it is again.
Okay. This is the Microsoft program. It's called Paint 3D. And Paint 3D gives you the ability. Now, it's not perfect. Don't misunderstand me. It's not perfect. But it goes a long way to having you have a more enjoyable experience in doing some, I'm going to say some trick editing that is the majority of the people are not going to be able to do. Not without lots of practice and lots of headaches. And we'll go back through and do that again one more time. But as you see here, this is, it took this picture out of this image. It filled in the background of this image. And that's exactly what I did here for tonight's thumbnail. I threw the Windows 10 logo up here, added the because I was holding my glass. Sherry said, "You need to take that away from your face," and I apologize, but I'm thirsty. The what was I at here now? Jeez, I'm all flustered. Okay, so anyway, this was in creating this thumbnail. This was how this was done. And we'll go back to those steps again. But let's say that right now I want to edit this again. There's something about it I don't like. But I don't want to lose what I have here. Maybe I want to test something. Within Paint.net and many other editing programs as well, if you work with layers, it has the ability here, you can duplicate the layer. So it just created an exact duplicate. I now have two of these. I'm going to turn off the bottom one so you can't see it at all. That's the one that, hey, I can't mess it up. That's my original. Whatever I come in here and do on this one, well, that's another story. But that's on this one up here. But some of the things you can do, let me use a little eyedropper here, and we're going to eyedrop on this white. And we're going to do the recolor key. Let's increase the size of our brush. We'll get it up to about 50, 70. 70 is a good size. So now, on the colors here, on the left mouse I have or on the primary is a red. And on the secondary, which is your right mouse key, left mouse key, right mouse key, for me if I'm right-handed. By coming over here, because this is white, I'm going to press the left mouse key, and it'll just recolor all the white into red. Now, can you see a problem here? It has spilled some of that red up here on top. So let's do this. Let's turn the tolerance down. It's about 20%. Well, here. We'll have to back out of it because I let go of it. We've got our tolerance down to 22%. Now let's try it again. Yeah, now we're not getting any spill. So now I've recolored this. Let's I guess what I want to do here is I want to do this in blue and this one in white. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the bottom one in blue. So we have red, white, and blue. So I've now just recolored this thumbnail to see if I like it or not. I still have the original. It's right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to put it to the top so you can see it. I'll put it back on the bottom. I'm going to turn it back off. Can't do anything to it when it's turned off, even if it were up on top. If it's turned off, you can't do anything to it. So at this point, I can save this. If I'm happy with this, I would take this bottom one, which I know is the original, and I would just delete it. That way I've never touched it. I've never touched the original. I just use it as a sample to copy. And this is one of the key things about using layers while you're editing. All right, so just to go back, let's do this again. Let me, because I know that we've got some people in here. Don't save. We started out with a picture. That I downloaded from a website called Unsplash. And this is freely usable images. And just absolutely tons of stuff. You all need to have this site, Pexels, and Pixabay all bookmarked. It should be primary go-to sources. Just for it. Pretty much anything you want to look for. Let's just type in car. And it goes on and on and on. This is pages and pages and pages. So you could say green car, red car. There's, according to this, there are over 73,000 photos of cars in this website. You can go download and use absolutely free. No royalty fees are paid. These are absolutely free for you to use. You're not going to get dinged from YouTube or anybody else. They are free for you to use. So mark down those websites. So I've downloaded that picture, and we're going to open this picture with Paint 3D, the same Microsoft program. So within Paint 3D, let me zoom in just a little bit here. The first thing you want to do is you want to go Magic Select. Now, what I'm talking about here, the only piece of this program I'm talking about right now is using it to extract an object out of a picture. So we'll go Magic Select. We now want to bring in the sides and bring down the top, so that we're relatively close to the subject. At this point, let me get this back up here in the middle so we can see it. When you have the square selected, whatever the object is here, if it were a car, if it were a building, if it were a plane, if it were a bird, wherever you have that square around, you click Next. It automatically will draw a selection line around what it perceives to be what you want, because you've kind of located it by bringing in that square selection box. But obviously, as you can see, it's not perfect. But the neat part about this, as difficult as this is to see, because her hair is blending in so well here with the background, I'm going to bring this in as pretty much as good as I can here so you can see. We're going to add her poofy hair up here to her. So we have the Add button clicked. And I'm just going to start over on one side, and I'm not going to get right to just, it doesn't have to be exact. You're just kind of going around her hairline, bringing it around, and you can see here it added too much. So at this point you have your choice. You can either undo it, try again, That time was better, but it's still left some over here. Ah, that just kicked it back up. So let's just try the removing end of it. We're going to round it off here a little more. Okay. Let's continue down. And let's continue down. I know I have more of her arm to get up there, but I figure while this is here, I'm going to grab it. Whoa, way too much. You know, I'm going to undo a couple of those. It just got messy on me here. Going to remove this little bit over here. Now we're going to add, and you can add these back in sections, as I'm doing here. Make it a little neater. Undo that. Shrink this down a little here. Okay, I have one more thing I have to get here. Okay. Obviously, the more time you spend on this, the better it's going to get. But I think you're going to get the idea here. We're going to move this back down. I like to leave it checked for autofill the background, especially if the background is what you're after. If you don't, where she is removed, it's just pure white. So we're going to autofill the background, and we're just going to say done. A couple seconds later, does its magic. You now have a removable picture right out of your original shot here that you can copy and paste into some other program. You could put it into Word. You could put it into, if you don't have Word, you could put it into Paint, save it as a picture. If you have paint.net, you can drop it into that. And what you have here is you have a background picture that, hey, if that was what you wanted, you didn't want her in this, or you selectively wanted something else removed from this shot, well, you've gone a long way to creating your entire background because it's drawn from resources around it and done a kind of a magic fill to make that go a long way to getting it the way you would like to have it. So let me look over here. Her head is flattened. Yeah. Well, her hair was a little poofy, and I flattened it out a little bit. But I think, as you can probably tell here, that it's not as flat on this one, and so easy to tell. So this is the program that so few people know about and can do so much, but I think the real hidden gem is the ability to actually pick things out of an image. And like I say, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. This is selected. We're going to do a Control C. So I have it copied now. We're going to go back into Paint.net. I'm going to go New. This is going to open up to be the same size as as what's on the clipboard, because it's going to assume that's what you want to do. So now I can just do a Control V and paste it in. Now, like I said, if it's not perfect, we're in here looking at this, and let's increase the view. And you can see where I have some remnants of the background from the other picture, but I can just go into to the eraser, and I can clean those up pretty quick. Do a little clone stamp here. And let's get the brush size down a little more here. So that's already a whole lot better than what it was. It doesn't take very long at all. So does anybody have any questions on what we've done here?
None yet.
Paint 3D. If you're in Windows 10, you can just type it down here at the bottom. Type in the word paint. Somewhere it'll come up over here. So Paint.net is an application I installed. Paint is a native application, and Paint 3D is an application. So again, just wanted to share that with everybody. Do I have time to talk about sizing in
No.
Power Director? Okay.
Southern Blessed starts their giveaway live stream.
All right. Southern Blessed Homestead is having a live stream in a minute, right? 9 o'clock?
1,500 subscriber giveaway.
1,500 subscriber giveaway.
Matt's going to be in his chicken suit.
Mac is going to be in his chicken suit.
Yep.
So, by all means, jump over and show them some love.
Dana's asking if you use all 3 for one job.
I'm sorry. Use all 3 for one job? No, what I used to separate that was the Paint 3D. Just gives me these images. I can copy this, and I can put it into Word. Here's a blank document. Control V, and there she is. So no, you don't have to. You don't have to have other paint programs. Again, I'm just sharing that with you. Anything else? All right, everybody, go over to. I'm sorry.
Southern Blast.
Southern Blessed Homestead.
I just put the link.
The link is in the stream here. Sherry just put that in. Go and tell them Smudge sent you, and tell them you want to win. So there you go. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you learned something tonight, and I hope that you can share what you learned with others. Everybody have a great week. We will see you later. Bye-bye.